Kevin Vaughn from RV Basic Training here to share a hack to fix a Thetford Tecma toilet switch that broke on an Integra Class A RV. So on the right over here, you'll notice this is a Tecma switch, one which is located right above the toilet. It's mounted into the wall with 2 screws behind this outdoor plate. Now if you flush it, you need to push on either the short flush or the long flush gently. However, if you push too hard, what happens is it breaks away on the inside of the switch, and that's what we're going to repair, which is going to save us about $255. The replacement switch is $256. The hack I'm going to show you today is $1.59. So we're going to start off by pulling the outer plate off the switch, exposing the 2 mounting screws on each side. These are just 2 self-tapping screws. And that allows you to pull the switch off the wall. So what happens is the screw on one side that holds the switch to this outer brown plate has stripped out, letting it flex away right here. So we're gonna totally make this thing bulletproof with 3 additional screws. We're gonna do 3 holes. Over. I'm going to drill 1 hole up here and drill 2 holes on the lower corners. We're going to drill right through this seal strip. It's a silicone strip around the switch itself. So I'm going to start right here. Okay, 1 done. And I'm going to do 2 more on the bottom corners. I'm just checking my diagram on how I set it up. Bottom corners. Looking to avoid drilling a hole in my finger. And then 1 more right down here. The silicone makes it a little tricky to keep it centered. As long as you go through the silicone, your spacing is good. All right. Next, I got to refer to the hardware, and we're going to pan the camera over this way to the sink, where I've got the hardware on the counter here, and here is the basic $1.59 in hardware we're going to put in to fix this switch. 3 6/32 screws, 1 inch long, nuts, and special washers with a rubber piece on the back which helps keep it secured. So I'm going to take all these parts, and each one of these holes that I drilled through, as you can see, came through the front of the switch right here. So we're starting at the top. We're going to run this screw through to the back. There's 1. Let's see. Help the screwdriver to run it through. Now the spacing is very important when you put the drill. Just drill the holes through the plate so it doesn't interfere with the mounting on the wall or the switch itself. There's the second one through. And here's the third one. And I'm basically just pushing the screw through the outer brown plate and through the silicone on the back side. Now, on the back side then, we take these special washers with a rubber gasket on the back and put it over the screw and put a nut on it. There's one, and I can see that one wasn't the best job. It actually didn't cover the full back of the switch like the other two will here, so I'll need to make an adjustment on that. And these two down here, you notice, actually cover the silicone, the frame, and the switch itself to hold it in place. So my first hole wasn't the best. Alright. So I'm going to do squeeze it together and finger tighten these in. It's all you need to do. Okay, those are very secure now. For this front one up here, there's the top one. I need to find a way to get that washer over the brown switch. It deflected. So let's use the drill, and we're going to try to put that see now that it actually bridges over the frame and the switch itself. And again, I finger tightened it. What it looks like is the switch didn't seat in there very well in that outer frame. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually move this screw over here to make it seat here instead. This is unlike the other one I did before, which seated right on the first time. So we're going to try this one more time. Okay. All I'm going to do is move this screw nut and washer over to the other hole, and it should serve the same purpose, and you'll never know that we made a mistake. Push it out. I'm going to feed it through this one instead. Much better. Washer's on there. Apply some pressure here to squeeze it together. So to make the thing seat, the switch seat inside the frame, I used a clamp to clamp it and pull it together while I put the nut on the end of the screw coming through the front. And now I'm just tightening it up with my fingers. And I can release the clamp. And now, as you can see, it's pretty much the same distance all the way around. This corner's a little offset, but we'll apply a little more pressure and tighten it up. Okay, so there we have the fix from the outside. I'm just going to seat it back in the wall the way it came out. I'm going to put 2 screws back in the wall, self-tapping screws. These go into the thin wall board, so I don't need to tighten up very much. Okay, switch is level. Pop the cap back on, and there you have it, almost, is the completed switch, and it flushes for $1.59 in about 12 minutes.